The case was about a disputed property line, but everyone knew it was about more. Maria's bakery was her life, her family's future. Across the courtroom, the plaintiff's lawyer smirked. He was confident, almost smug, and why not? Every time Daniel tried to speak, the judge cut him off. Twice Daniel tried to present evidence that the bakery had always been on Maria's land. Both times the judge waved him away. Irrelevant, he intoned, his voice like gravel. The plaintiff's lawyer was given time to speak, to argue, to charm the judge. Every sentence from Daniel was interrupted. Every objection was overruled. Maria's heart pounded every time Daniel stood to defend her. She saw the sweat on his brow, heard the tremor in his voice. He was fighting an uphill battle, and the judge made sure everyone saw it. When the court recessed, Maria whispered, "Is there any hope?" Daniel looked at her, eyes full of worry. "We don't give up," he whispered back. Outside, the bakery's neon sign flickered in the rain. Inside the courtroom, the storm was just beginning. As the hearing wore on, Daniel noticed something strange. The judge didn't just rule against them, he seemed almost eager to do it. Every time the plaintiff's lawyer spoke, the judge's demeanor softened, his eyes warmed. Daniel felt like he was missing something, a hidden thread that tied these men together. He started to listen more closely. During a break, he heard the judge's quiet laugh in the hallway. He watched the plaintiff's lawyer whisper something, too low for words to reach, but the judge smiled in response. Daniel's suspicion grew. This wasn't just bias, it was personal. Back in the courtroom, Daniel tried to bring up the bakery's records once more. The judge didn't even let him finish his sentence. "Enough," he snapped. "This court will not be delayed by irrelevant details." Maria squeezed Daniel's hand under the table. Her hope was slipping away, replaced by dread. Daniel's mind raced. There had to be a reason for this hostility, a reason the judge wanted Maria to lose. He knew he was outmatched, but he couldn't walk away, not now. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He pored over every document, every ruling, searching for a clue. Then, he found it. An old newspaper clipping. The judge and the plaintiff's father were pictured together, smiling at a ribbon-cutting ceremony years ago. Daniel's heart pounded. Was this the connection? The next morning, Daniel arrived at court early. He watched as the judge entered, nodding at the plaintiff's lawyer, their eyes meeting for a moment too long. Daniel knew what he had to do, but the risk chilled him. No one challenged a judge without consequences. Still, Maria deserved justice. As the hearing resumed, Daniel stood. "Your Honor," he began, his voice steady but quiet. "I must ask, do you have any prior relationship with the plaintiff or his family?" The courtroom gasped. The judge's face hardened. "Watch yourself, counselor," he warned. Daniel felt the weight of the room pressing down on him. But for the first time, the judge looked nervous. The truth was close, and Daniel was determined to find it. The room filled with whispers. Daniel's challenge hung in the air. The judge glared at him, lips pressed tight. For a moment, time seemed to stop. Then, the door at the back of the courtroom opened. A woman in a dark suit stepped forward, holding a thick folder. She introduced herself as an official from the State Judicial Commission. She addressed the court, her voice calm but strong. "We have received credible evidence of misconduct," she announced. The judge shifted in his seat, his hands gripping the bench. The official handed over documents, emails, messages, records of meetings. The judge's name was on every page, tied to deals and favors that should never have happened. The courtroom was silent except for the sound of the folder opening. Maria held her breath. Daniel's heart hammered in his chest. For the first time, the judge looked truly afraid. No one moved. The official's words were cold and clear. "Your Honor, you are hereby removed from these proceedings." The gavel that had once silenced Maria now protected her. The judge stood up, his face pale. He tried to speak, but no words came. The bailiff escorted him out, the courtroom watching in stunned silence. Maria wept quietly, her relief mixing with disbelief. Daniel closed his eyes, letting the tension drain from his shoulders. A new judge entered. Her eyes were kind but sharp. She listened to both sides, her questions fair and careful. Daniel was finally allowed to present Maria's evidence. The bakery's records, photos, and maps told the real story. The truth, hidden for so long, came out in the open at last. This time, Daniel's voice was strong. He spoke for Maria, for everyone who had ever been silenced by power. When the verdict came, Maria's bakery was safe. The crowd cheered softly, a sound filled with hope. Outside, the rain had stopped. The air felt lighter, as if the city itself was breathing again. After court, Maria hugged Daniel, tears streaming down her face. "You saved my life," she whispered. Daniel shook his head. "Justice saved you," he said softly. Around them, people left the courthouse with new hope. They had seen the law protect the weak, not just the powerful. Maria reopened her bakery. Neighbors and strangers came to buy bread, to share stories, to remember what courage looked like. Daniel knew the fight was not just for one bakery, but for the soul of justice itself. The judge's secret had been exposed, and no one would forget what truth could do. In the quiet that followed, Daniel remembered the words his father once told him. Justice is not the voice of the loudest, but the courage of the honest. The world would go on, but today, justice had fought back, and won. He looked at Maria, at the crowd, at the sunlight warming the wet street, and he spoke the words that would echo in every heart. In the end, justice is not about power. It's about doing what's right, even when you stand alone. What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.